Hey, how's it going? Yuri, Elkaim back with you today, and this is another kind of installment of some amazing information and insights that's coming out of my book, The All-Day Fat Burning Diet, soon to be released later in 2015. And today I want to talk to you about a really cool concept that I talk about in the book as it pertains to exercise and working out. And this is going to save you a lot of time in the gym or at home, and it's also going to give you far better results. So if you want that, then stick with me for just a couple minutes as we get into this. So a lot of people, I don't think they understand this properly, and if you don't, that's totally cool. It's just it's not properly explained, I don't think, by trainers, or even if you don't have a trainer, it's just not understood. So when you lift, I'm going to use the example of a bicep curl. Okay, so when you do a bicep curl, you have two phases of the motion. So you curl the bicep, that's your concentric phase, the muscle is shortening and it's contracting. Right, so you have the concentric phase, and then as you let the weight back down, I'm just kind of holding it up here because the camera is higher, but normally the arm would be down here, right? So as you lengthen back out to the starting position, the muscle lengthens, but it's still under tension. So the muscle fibers, if you were to really kind of go down microscopically, the muscle fibers are pulling apart, but they're still under tension. And this is called the eccentric phase of contraction. Now, the research unanimously shows that the eccentric phase is where the damage occurs, the majority of the damage. So the soreness you get after a workout is because of this. And it's also where you get the strongest. So here's what I'd like to encourage you to do is start focusing on the tempo at which you're lifting weights or moving your body. So by that I mean, if you're doing bicep curls, obviously, forcefully contract the muscle. So by forcefully contracting the muscle by using a good strong weight that you can only lift, let's say 4 to 8 times, not 30 times, you're going to force more muscle fibers to come into play. And the more muscle fibers come into play, the stronger you're going to get, the more metabolically active your body becomes, so it burns more calories, and the more powerful you become. So forceful contraction on the way out, I'd like you to focus on a slow eccentric contraction. So there's a lot of different protocols for working out, but as a general rule of thumb for this particular exercise, or what I'm talking about here, focus on a quick, let's say 1 second, or if you're using a heavier weight that only allows 2 seconds of concentric, so focus on explosive concentric, slow eccentric. So that might be 1 second, 0 second pause, right? So no pause at the top, and then about a 4 to 5 second release. Now, the benefit of doing this is that, again, as I mentioned, the muscles are pulling apart as they're still under tension. So it's going to create soreness. That's okay, right? So you will feel a bit of soreness after your workout the next couple of days, but that's fine. That'll go away as your body gets used to this. And even if you've never worked out before, you're going to feel soreness in general just because your body is not used to the load or the ranges of motion. So that's totally fine. It's to be expected. You're not breaking apart. Just think about soreness in some cases as your body is kind of getting stronger to kind of bouncing back and becoming a better version of itself. So we have the slow eccentric phase, right? Now this can be done if you're doing a shoulder press, for instance. The concentric phase would be boom, controlled on the way down. So anytime you are returning the weight against gravity, okay, so as you're lowering down against gravity, that's pretty much the eccentric phase. On a squat, as you lower down towards the floor, that is the eccentric phase. As you explode back up, that is the concentric phase. So it'd be a slow 4 to 5 second count, boom, eccentric push. Now, here's the benefit of doing eccentric training if you are somebody who's not very advanced, and let's say you don't have access to a gym. What you can do at home is, let's say you're doing a push-up, and let's say you don't. I'm going to show you. I'm going to give you 2 scenarios here. Let's say you are you're someone who is just beginning. You can't do a push-up from your feet. Well, here's the beauty of eccentric training. You do your push-up from your knees, and you can push yourself up to the top. Okay, and here's the benefit: so this is your body. This is the floor. As you lower down, instead of just dropping down, use the eccentric load. You can typically lift 120% more eccentrically than you can concentrically. So you can lift more and you're stronger going down than you are going up. That's why you can lower yourself down easier than you can lift yourself up. So take advantage of that. Lower yourself slowly And then even if you can't push yourself up, just, sit back up to the starting position again, and then repeat. Just focus on the eccentric motion. Doing that alone will help you become more proficient and stronger at doing push-ups. With pull-ups, if you can't do a full pull-up, what you can do is put a chair underneath the bar and jump up. So you're literally here. So this is the bar, okay? You're above the bar, and now just slowly lower down to full arm extension. So you're working on the eccentric phase only. Step on the chair, jump yourself back up above the bar, and slowly lower down once again. This is a very encouraging way of exercising because it actually makes you feel that you're accomplishing stuff. If you've never done a pull-up and you see this bar and you're just like, and you can't get anywhere, that's pretty defeating, right? It's not very motivating. But when you can get above the bar and you can say, okay, yeah, I can lower myself, this is pretty good. If you can do that, you will get stronger in no time. And there's so much research behind this. There is so much research on the benefit of eccentric training as it pertains to preventing injuries, which is it's kind of ironic because it actually creates soreness because of the fact that it's pulling apart under contraction, but it's the most effective method of strength training as it pertains to preventing injuries. This is powerful. Right? It's also the best way to develop strength. So there's so many cool ways of incorporating this into your routine, and I hope you can start to think about this. So instead of just kind of like throwing weights around, or just doing stuff like that, think about slowly lowering your body weight or the weight back to its starting position and harnessing the power of eccentric training. So do this today or do this week. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and be sure to join me over at my blog, YuriElkaim.com. And in the meantime, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you soon.